Hey all, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I want to welcome you. This is the Dr. Shabai Show, and on this show, we talk about hot topics, we talk about feminism, we talk about how feminism has destroyed dating as well as relationships, families, and home. And so today, I want to talk about, do men secretly really want BBWs? And the reason why I want to talk about this is because I saw a clip from a podcast called Tonight's Conversation. And of course, I'm going to give credit to the content creator because I'm going to also put their video in my description. But it was really interesting what the panel had to say. And so I'm going to play the video and then we're going to come back and talk about it. But before we get started, please like this video and please subscribe to my channel. Let's get started.
Why do men act like plus size women have to settle?
Would like to have a real conversation, even if you do still have some insecurities. Anybody who is outside the very small box that this country says beauty is has insecurities because it's skinny white girls. That's still the beauty standard of America. Can we be realistic? When have larger black women ever been anything but a contrast to white women and propping up their beauty? My bad if I'm like getting too deep for the entertainment and shit like that, but what that causes in men, even men who are attracted to big women, to be attracted to them in secret. Because the further you get from the beauty standard, the lower your expectations and standards are supposed to be. So first of all, you a black woman. Then on top of that, you a big girl. So you ain't supposed to have nothing close to confidence because you don't look like what confidence is. So because even if I really am attracted to big women, because I'm insecure about it, I'm gonna project that insecurity onto you, big woman, and assume that you just as insecure. So you gonna fuck with me on the low and by convenience because I'm not brave enough to fuck with you out loud. I'm not saying that you not projecting. I'm not saying that you not insecure, and maybe that informs the way you see the world. Sure, that's probably true, but we not gonna act like the world isn't being taught to see you some type of way. We're taught that you are less than beautiful actively. You're just now within the last 5 to 7 years seeing big girls as models on the front page. That's just now. For the women who've been having to walk with that for 30, 40, 50 years, that may not be enough to cause an immediate shift. They may not have had the support system around them to tell them like you beautiful the way that you are. I don't want to like fake deep our way out of pretending like bigger girls don't have to face adversity just by being who they are. Even the ones that have confidence, the that they had to fight through to gain that, to stand on that. You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta acknowledge that, because then it makes the fight that the big girls that do got confidence, it makes they fight null and void. It's a special piece of hate that this country got carved out for big black women, bruh. You can look up the story of Sarah Bartman, bruh. They displayed that woman, family. Displayed her. You feel me? Like big black women have always been put on display. So, sweetheart, like I just wanted to say that just for the sake of empathy. You feel me? Like the confidence that you have, you taught it to your daughters. Make sure your daughters are in communities with other women and teach it to them. Make sure that you continue to spread that and pass that, and don't worry about no that can't identify. You feel me?
So I wanted to cut the video off there. Um, so the first thing I want to say, so I wanted, so I wanted to cut the video off there. So the first thing I want to say, those are some beautiful, wonderful words. And I get it. They have an audience, they have to make everything sound so pretty, and I get it. But the problem is they really didn't address the real issue. So her question was, why do men feel like a big girl has to settle? And I don't think anybody wants anyone to settle, because what are you using the word, settle? How are you using that? Because settling to me is when you settle for what it is that you can't have. So, no, the question really should be asked is, Why would someone who is a plus size woman think she has the exact same choices as a woman who is not plus size? The choices are going to be different, let alone they can still be great for the plus size woman, but she's not going to have the same exact choices, because if you think about it, most women want a man that's tall, attractive, and makes over 100,000. That's what they say that most women want. Now, for me, why not have character in that? That to me is important for a man to have character. But well, I digress. Let me go back. But the choices are going to be different. They may even be limited because I have never seen a man that is super, super successful that goes and gets a 400-pound woman. Now, we know that women gain weight as they get older. So that's the first thing. My thing is, black men have always loved thick and curvy women. In fact, most men would prefer a curvier woman versus just a skinny stick and bone. Now, there are some that, do prefer that, but nobody wants a woman that is, you know, super obese. There's a difference. They look prefer someone that is fit, or even if they're overweight, they're like have a small waist and, big breasts and then a big bottom. So that's the part that I felt like they weren't being honest about. No man wants a woman that's really, really big. Now, if they meet you and you were, smaller and you got big, but then, that's in the course of the relationship where you got had children. I've never known men to just leave a woman because they got bigger, but they weren't big when they first got married or first got together. That's something different. But when you are on the dating market and you're not 23, you're 43 or 34, you are limiting your choices when you are a BBW. And then I want to go back to when he talks about confidence. Every woman should have confidence, no matter what size you are. Beauty comes from within. I get that. Now, the other part that we are not talking about, men are attracted to women biologically. And what I mean by that is that when a man is attracted to a woman, his private part, which is biologically connected, to him and his brain, is going to go off. It's going to, he's going to become aroused. So it doesn't work like he tells his brain, okay, here's this 400-pound woman. She is beautiful on the inside. I love her. She has, and then tells his private part to get ready. So, it doesn't work like that for men. It's just different. Now, us women, we don't fall in love with a man just by what he looks like. We have to hear things, we have to feel things, So that's why, I wanted to make this video. We have to understand men are not the same as women. And then he brought up um how women were how Sarah Bartman, which was a history from 100 years ago, because I feel like it was two different things. She was put on display for, because of her body, because it was so her behind was so big. And so we have women out here who are BBWs who display their body on social media. So that comparison to me just didn't make sense. We are not addressing the real issue. The real issue is, number one, uh, what are the choices of a BBW, and why would you not want to be the best version of yourself to find a mate so you all can be the best version of yourself to each other? So that is my 2 cents. I think it's so important to have honest conversations. I'm sure this woman is a lovely, lovely person, but if she really wants to get the man that she desired, what's wrong with going to the gym? What's wrong with getting healthier? Please leave your comments. I would love to hear what you think. Please, until next time, this is Dr. Shabai. Bye.